Hello and welcome to Tea Time. Thank you for watching. It's time to bring you the biggest entertainment stories. I'm Elsie Godwin, and here with me to analyze these stories are Ife Oshunkeye and Ife Omai. Hey guys.
Hello.
Ife Squared, how you guys doing?
Well, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm good, I'm bright. And Ife seems not so bright.
How? Why?
I don't know, I just don't feel the brightness.
And the light in the darkness.
Hey.
Wow, he stole that from my story, but I won't say anything. What's new?
What's new? I guess we'll be talking about Blessing. What's her last name? Okoro. Yeah.
That girl trended the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And she's still trending on something that is totally false.
Should we give them backstory?
Yes,
Give them
please.
backstory?
You want to give them?
No.
Oh, okay. So she came up to say she just built a 7-bedroom duplex on her. I think she was saying that was her birthday gift, and that her
She just turned
ex-husband, the big 30, and that her ex-husband thought she was not going to amount to anything because she's a single mother.
But she took
blah,
all the
blah.
stones threw at her to build the house.
She took all the stones that was thrown at her, and now she's a landlord. And then this was in Enugu, right? The property is supposed to be in Enugu, but Enugu is not Lagos. Like, you know, in Lagos, everybody's busy. They are minding their business. You can do anything and go free. So over there, someone decided to bust her lies and. I mean, someone who knows the owner of the house had to bust the owner of the house to say, okay, what's going on here? Someone is claiming to own your house on Instagram, and he was like, no. I think at first he was taking it as a joke, like it wasn't a big deal.
Just like people.
You know,
No, she was the one that was saying, look at my receipts.
And then he was like, oh, I think she's just calling good things to herself. Very soon she'll be able to build that kind of house. That was what he said in Igbo initially. And then suddenly we saw he's in the country and she's going back to the house and doing live Instagram videos claiming that she still owns the house, that whatever she says, people will not believe. Social media people will always believe what they want to believe. And then she goes back to the house again to take another picture, and that was when she was
Nabbed.
nabbed, and it's been crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's been crazy.
I saw the video of where they came to arrest her, put cuffs on her, and you could see the humiliation in her face and just like her trying to hold back the tears. And I was just like, why would you do this to yourself? And then now her response just...
She said she's okay. It's a die down.
Yeah,
it's a die
so,
natural
you know
death.
what? When I saw the video, at some point I was feeling very sorry for her. I was like, okay, this is the pressure of social media we've all been talking about.
No, they are the pressure on social media.
No, but obviously she's also
she's feeling pressure. I mean, she's 30. She
from the likes of Linda Ikeji, who we know that from blogging. I don't know what you know, but from blogging, she has made a lot of fortune. She's built herself a fortress and all of that. But in that case, it could be a case of, okay, a lot of bloggers are doing well as well. What's happening to me? So it's still the social media pressure. And then she's trying to pressurize people. I saw a comment on the story of a lady that said she needed just 20,000 naira. And as soon as she saw Blessing's post, she felt more depressed that why is her own life like this? That she can't even get 20K. And then and that she's just glad that she didn't go the extra mile now that she has realized that it was all fake. So imagine how many other people felt pressure just seeing this.
It's interesting you're saying this because I remember when Selena Gomez was saying that social media can be bad for our generation. She said, no, stay in your lane.
No.
You watch what?
No.
You, Kinikon. There is negative aspects of it.
No, if you listen to when I was talking about Selena Gomez, I told you that it is I think Elsie was on my side on this one. It is the platform you choose to follow.
It's not that.
And
I disagree with that. That social media is not that private. You have an explore page, don't you?
But I don't go to my explore.
It will come to you.
I don't think
that way.
it's just like what is first trying to say? It's not just about social media being the problem to you. I mean, this has happened, and
this
I feel like
social
so many
media
people
infested. She probably is getting the pressure from social media, and she's trying
why
to show
are you not getting the pressure on social media? Why are you not posting your house to claim?
Selena Gomez that said it isn't saying that social media affecting her either. She's saying for the generation, and you all didn't agree to that. She was saying for a lot of people.
No, we did. Maybe you took us out of
However, we need to
context
take this back to some diagnosis that's been done on her via social media through some people who feel that they know a lot about mental health, and they're saying she seems to be suffering the symptoms of delusion of grandeur. Now, that is a case where you think you're something you're not. You think you own things you don't own. And that's like a real big deal.
I don't think she's suffering from anything.
Oh, she's definitely
suffering from something.
Someone that wasn't suffering from
if she's
something.
Suffering from anything.
If she wasn't suffering from something, that response depression. Nah. Yeah. That response that she gave shows that she's a bit delusional. Let me read her.
Sorry, before you read her thing, we tend to box all mental illness into depression in Nigeria.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not
but
depression.
I'm just looking at it from the angle. I'm not a medical expert, so I definitely cannot say, oh, this is what she's suffering from. Maybe with a proper diagnosis, if she goes to
it's not that complicated. If you see symptoms, sometimes you can.
It's just like when you see someone is ill.
It's not that complicated.
You see, that's the problem.
It's
the
not
fact
that
we're
complicated.
saying it is not that complicated.
Her issue.
If somebody in America had done this, that person would have probably checked themselves personally into a mental health program.
Why?
Or their family would have.
Check their,
you're going far. Like I said, I don't think it's.
That's the problem. Because in Nigeria, we do not take such things so
You're
seriously.
telling me that.
What?
You're going to read something.
Yes.
Maybe okay.
So she says, she says, I don't want to continue the whole pressure. I'm fine. I am very, very perfect. Nothing is wrong with me, okay? So, one love to those sending me love, God bless you. To those sending me hate, God bless you too. It's just something that is going to fizzle away in a bit. Thank you so much for your love. I am very, very okay. So don't get yourself worried. This is a mess. This is coming from someone that was
I think she needs to find help. She needs to get help.
Exactly my point, which is what I'm saying. If we take mental health more seriously, then she will have a
You don't want to assume that someone lying has a mental health problem.
We don't want to assume.
You don't want to assume that.
Me?
Anyone, yeah. So because I lie, I have a mental health issue.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem with the country, because we're not taking mental health seriously. The moment someone does that abroad,
you think that it's a mental.
The fact that she was even arrested.
You know what?
What?
Can we just let this go? I hope she gets help, basically.
But you agree she needs help, right?
Yeah, but I don't. Because someone needs help doesn't mean it's mental. Like she has a mental problem.
Okay. Up next, Meek allegedly denied entry at Vegas Cosmopolitan because of prior fights with security. Now, this one is actually another interesting one because the hotel is claiming you had an issue with someone, one of their security details, but his team, they are trying to say this has to do with racial profiling, that he's on the list of the number of African American artists that are not allowed to enter into some certain hotels because of their culture and their skin color. So I don't know, Ife, let's come to you on this one, Lady Ife.
I mean, it's very possible. If you're talking about any other country, I could hesitate, but I know America is built on the back of racism. So it is very, very possible. But you also have to consider that Meek Mill has records. So they have every right to be worried. If you're doing a job application or whatever, the fact that you've had a record before would influence your present state. That's just something about having a record. So I'm not really sure which one it is. Most of the time, it could be that they just know his background and violence and all of that stuff, or they're just profiling racially profiling him.
Okay.
You're saying John Wick, right? This just is like the Continental Hotel in John Wick. But back to Meek Mill, right? Meek Mill, apart from his past history with the law and all of that, the hotel, according to their statements, is claiming that the last time it was there, he had a brawl with the security officers there, which is why they did not let him in. So nobody is going to scratch out racial profiling, or maybe because it's a rapper and his past records and all of that. But you don't go to places acting like a thug and then you expect them not to treat you like a thug. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, it is how you comport yourself. It is how you carry yourself at the end of the day. I don't think Jay-Z would have gone to that hotel and he would be kicked out. Do you understand? So it's how... So everything comes back around. There's a law of karma. Whatever you do comes right back around. You did that then thinking, oh yeah, I'm McMill, I can do this, I can do that. But look at what is going on right now.
Yeah.
And now your lawyers are asking for apology. Yes, you may get the apology because you're a celebrity, but it doesn't change the fact that you
I highly
were
doubt
the one
he will get this
who-
apology.
No, I'm just saying he may.
Except there wasn't a fight with the security people, and they're just trying to cover this up. But
Well,
if that
but-
happened, it's a hotel, they will have evidence.
But I think recently, there's another movement that's about to start, just like the Me Too movement, because we had the case of Stormzy who cancel the show because his security details were searched. We had the issue of what's the latest rapper we discussed? Lil Wayne, who also canceled the show. Now this is happening, so I think this is a movement that's about to start.
But I don't even think it's a movement that has any basis, because you are not above the law, despite how much dollars you have in your account. A simple
or how
check,
black you think you are.
Yes, a simple check is a simple check. We've just talked about this with the Ghana thing. If you have nothing to hide, why can't they check you? Like, who are you? Like, I don't understand.
Except
that.
they're coming out to tell us the check is only done to
black people. Yeah, but if it's a general check, then I think everybody should.
And you can't also blame, as much as there's racial profiling, most of the violence that you see, especially gun-based violence, is in the black community. So if there is any security measures or any security pressure supposed to be put in, it's some people who are, let me be careful with my words here, because I'm not saying that they should check us a lot more, but because you know the history, you know the context, right? Then you act accordingly. Like, it's not a big deal to let people check you.
It's not even just about the history. I think it's the people that are painting Africans or black people in the bad light to start with. We have majority doing the worst, and we have a few doing the best. You understand? So we have people doing good within our black community, but because the bad outweighs the good, so it is only understandable that we will be racially profiled. I'm not saying this is politically correct,
I think the way the media
and I'm not
also
saying
reports our issue when it happens is different.
Do you know
and
America
let's not even say
has
black
slums?
community, because it's just the blacks. And let's not even go to the American history, because even that in itself is a bit skewed. Because if you remove resources from a minority group, they don't have a choice. So a lot of it goes deeper than that. But let's not
because if we start that conversation, probably won't
like
just
Ife has said,
finish.
let's not get into that. It's time for a break, but when we return, we'll be bringing you the latest news on RMD. We'll be right back.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Na 2,500 I dey pay.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time, and it's time for the next story. RMD says, but enlargement, boob lift, marriage, having kids cannot make you truly happy. So I think someone has come out to say something really shallow.
Denisha.
Yeah. And I don't know where she was coming from, but I totally get what RMD is trying to say. I mean, he started by saying he's been there, he's done that.
I think
this
we
is
should
a man
have
with
a post and
experience.
actually read it up, because I think
It's way too long. We get
no, it's not that long. I think it's something we should read.
We get
up.
to justify what you have to tell.
But what do you have to say, Ife? Oshoke?
Well, I like the examples he gave. If you look at the richest people in the world, and you look at people that are just rich, if you look at the wealthy people, and you look at rich people, you know there's a difference between them, right? You can always tell that there's actually no need to flaunt extras. Like, I'm going to use Jay-Z as a perfect example. Sorry, I've been using Jay-Z a lot this morning. But if you're seeing with a lot of other rappers, such as the Migos, they have like 10 chains on, but you probably see him with just a black plain t-shirt. And he's probably the richest in the room. He used Aliko Dangote. He's telling you he's not showing you his machines. He's not showing you the material stuff. We all know that this man owns private jets. He owns. But have you seen him posing in any of those things? So I understand where RMD is coming from perfectly, saying that if you need validation, then it just shows that you're not confident in yourself, which is something a lot of people are actually doing. Even on social media, you find a lot of people seeking validation. And I think, well, I think we should have started with the ladies, though, because I think everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's entitled. It's your body. If you decide to have an enhancement on any part of your body, it is your body.
I'll just follow on that energy.
Business.
I'll follow on that energy on saying it's your body. My only problem with RMD's quotes that it's very female based, and it's like your butt enlargement and your what. And I completely disagree. I think that yes, there's a few examples of people who have wealth and have decided to be quiet or simple, but just because somebody wants to add or change something to their bodies doesn't necessarily mean that they're seeking validations from other people. It might truly just make them happy. I have seen it hands-on. Let me finish. I allowed you to talk.
I'm sorry.
I've seen it as in like, I know someone personally that has done body enhancement, and she's not a celebrity or whatever, and I can tell you for a fact that she's way more happier about that. So sometimes it's not as black and white that because I am doing something to my body, or I'm having kids has made people truly happy. So that statement is too broad. Like, you don't know people's intentions genuinely. So I just completely disagree with that.
I think we're just all reading it from the surface. But if you go deeper into the true meaning of happiness, that's what RMD...
What is the true meaning of happiness?
The true
Since
meaning
you want to go deeper, tell us.
Okay, the true meaning of happiness cannot be explained. It can only be felt.
So how do you know they're not feeling
wait,
happiness?
I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying yes.
Okay.
So it can only be felt. It's not something I can explain to you that this is what happiness really means. But I think what RMD was trying, when I'm saying let's go deeper, is not saying that butt enlargement or enhancement
or marriage
or having kids cannot lead to happiness. It's saying that the people who have their mind set on the fact that until I get married, I will not be happy. Then you go all out and you end up with the wrong man. There's only people that tell you that, I have to have a child. Then you go to a babalawo and go and seek a child from the marine spirit. It happens. This is Africa. And you go and seek a child from the marine spirit. Now, that is not true happiness at the end of the day.
How do you know that?
Wait, and I'm going to give you a perfect example of somebody who we can say was seeking validation before she got her body enhanced, and it's a public figure here in Nigeria, Toke Makinwa.
We're going to talk about her soon, though.
Yeah, the moment, no, I'm not talking about her happiness. I'm saying the moment she got enhancement done, she said, I wasn't happy with my body, blah, 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 blah.
She hated it, and now she loves it. Isn't that good? Isn't that a good thing? If you can do it, why not?
Why would it? I'm just saying, why would anyone hate their body? You were created perfectly in the
it's not my body.
Do you understand? So why should anyone... So it's like you're seeking validation.
From who? She doesn't like her body. Not because somebody has said, I don't like your body.
Have you read a book? She said her husband was...
Let's not make this about Toke Makinwa.
Yeah, we're not making it about Toke Makinwa, but if you know further, you would know that she actually did it for somebody.
This isn't just about Toke Makinwa.
That's what I'm saying.
No. The body enlargement you're talking about, she did that way after the book and the husband.
I follow Toke Makinwa to say if I did.
But anyway, I think I understand where you're coming from. I understand where he's coming from. Like you said, the statement is too broad. That if you want to really start breaking it down, then you see the loopholes and understand that you can't just throw this at everybody because it doesn't work like that. But then there are still people that are actually lying down on the table. They're not just sitting on it. They're lying down on this table. And they need to understand that seeking validation, like what the lady we just discussed, Blessing Okoro, what was she trying to do? She was trying to prove to people on social media that she could afford a duplex. People that don't even live in a duplex. So you're going all the way out to prove to people who are not even worth being proved anything to that you are a landlord, that you're making so much from blogging, or that, you know, I think we should just get to that point where contentment is key, right? And contentment, like you said, happiness can really not be explained. Contentment cannot be explained. It's something you come into yourself. You have to know that, okay, this is what I want from life. This is how I want my life to be. And as long as it's going that way and progressing, then I'm fine. You know, so if you decide you want to change your body and that's what would truly make you happy, like you said, God created us women and it's perfect and blah, blah. But sometimes we have hormones in our body. We don't even have the kind of body.
But I just want to pull out something from what you said, because you said it's kind of female-based. Yes, a lot of things you said are female-based, because you won't find most men trying to enhance their body. So let's take that part out. But let's face the parts where he said you wouldn't be flaunting wealth.
But there are men who actually enhance their body. Actually,
yeah, they are. But I'm saying when we're talking, I'm talking about when in comparison to women. If we check
and that's
the
just
ratio,
societal, because they put more pressure on women looking perfect than they do for men.
But I don't even want to talk about the body enhancement part. I'm also talking about the flaunting of material things. Now, you find out that most men are even the ones that are guilty of that. Now, you find a guy going to the club and he's wearing like 5 for what? Do you understand? Like, so all of those things are just, it's just saying that that is not the true meaning of happiness. What's the point of
He doesn't have a right to say that, is my point. But
are you on the same table with Dancia? Are you on the same table with Dancia?
I think it's Denisha.
Dancia.
Okay, I want to respond to the part where you're talking about looks and all that. I think that has to do with class.
Yeah.
Like, when you're talking of a Dangote or an Atedola, who we're talking about, he's not flaunting gold and all that, but do you know how much what he's wearing is worth? Those who know, no. So when it comes to dressing and outfit,
the fake ones? What about those that are wearing the fake ones?
Even the ones that are not wearing, let's even go down to lower class. You see people that are wearing Ebute Meta things, but the way they package it is still really nice. If you're into looking good,
well,
it's allowed.
Lots of R&B in this one, but I don't know why we have
up next, media personality who Ife had already mentioned, Toke Makinwa, says, made in Nigeria is a scar. Okay, she said this because she got a sofa, right? And one of the buttons in the sofa got bad. And I think she's been, from what she posted, I don't know for sure, she's probably been trying to reach out to these people to fix it, and it's becoming...
Not just any people. What's
you want to mention their name now? Please don't, you know. And it's becoming stories that touch the heart. So she's coming out to say, made in Nigeria is a scam. The things they do don't really last. And before I share my own opinion, Ife?
No, I think we should start with you ladies first.
Okay, I'll start. I think to an extent, because News City and all that, I know that we suffer from embracing mediocrity too much. We're not very thorough in things that we do as a people. It's just a cultural thing. I'm going home or whatever. I mean, I even find myself even doing that now since I've been here, because that's like the lingo and stuff. And you see it in everything. You see it in tailoring, in carpentry. If you ask someone to come and fix your car, you take the car, you come back with more problems. It's just a Nigerian thing that I've noticed. But in terms of furniture, I've never really like done furniture or this particular woman or whatever, but I don't think what she's saying is very far-fetched.
Okay, in terms of buying stuff in Nigeria, I would be on your side on that one. But in terms of saying mediocrity, I know a lot of Nigerians say, okay, even sometimes you know your car is getting by, you say, Lord, me will manage jam, but you will not find people in all the parts of the world doing that. The moment they hear a funny sound, they're going to fix it, they're going to do that. But I don't want to say that. I think Nigerians are one of the most hardworking people in the world.
It doesn't make us
make you
not accept.
No. That doesn't mean that we should now say that mediocrity is a Nigerian thing. No, it's not.
It is so. Because if we are still launching, what did you launch recently? Traffic lights, then we are still in that space. But let's not even argue mediocrity. Let's focus on the Nigerian-made products.
I don't like it when we generalize, because there are people who...
What is the majority?
What is the majority?
We can count.
Okay, we can totally understand where Toke and Makinwa is coming from, especially when it comes to artisans, people who do menial jobs like fixing your couch, your plumber. You know, your plumber will come, you tell him to start. It will actually start. It will make it worse. You were managing it before. It will make it worse, and then you will pay him. He will tell you he wants to go and buy parts.
This sounds
and
like
that
a
part,
personal experience.
And that part, he will go and buy it for 5 days, but you collected money from me, but come and finish your job. So I don't want us to generalize it. I want us to focus on artisans, on people who handle work. Because
what about even corporate places? Look at customer service here.
Yeah, customer service.
She mentioned that.
She also mentioned that. Customer service, but not everywhere.
And I can count how many I've seen that I'm impressed by because I hold them so dearly. I'm like, where are you from?
I think when it comes to made in Nigeria products, we have a problem, which is why anytime they are chanting the whole buy Nigeria to grow Nigeria, tell them please go back and make sure you are giving us quality.
Yeah.
Go back and make sure the prices you are giving us is not going to kill us. And then they come back to me to say, oh, they are not doing mass production, so the cost of whatever is too high and all that. But you know the people you are producing these things for. You know what we are going through in this country. Minimum wage of how much? It was 18K, now they say it's 30K. I don't know if there's anybody getting that. But let's focus on 18,000 naira. How do they survive with that kind of product price? And you expect them to actually come and patronize you with which money, right? So I think we need to do better with quality. And you see people, they start up a business in the first 3 months, you love what you're getting from them,
and then it starts to depreciate.
and then after 3 months, when they feel like they've gotten the customers they need,
absolutely,
it just goes really horrible. And
but
you get to see businesses that do well for those 3 months, and then in the next 1 year it's not doing well anymore, and they say it's their village people. No, it's not your village people. People notice that your standard has dropped, and then we move to the next person that starts to do good, which we also expect to go rubbish in the next 3 months. But that's how we keep moving. So if you're not ready to get your customer service right, if you're not ready to get your quality right, then you will keep running out of business. You see small businesses coming up every day, but how long do they stay? And they've refused to understand that it is their own doing, not the customer. Because as a customer, if I'm spending my money, I want something good, you know. So it's just a
I think it also
case.
even stems from the fact that sometimes because of the poverty level and just how hard Nigeria is, sometimes we focus too much on like cheap labor or like trying to milk out the most, that you don't put enough emphasis on actual quality rather than quantity. So all right,
we don't have time for our last story, but that's exactly where we wrap up on this episode. We'll be back this afternoon with fresh episodes of the program. But if you wish to comment on any aspect of our conversation, you can do so by using the hashtag #TeaTime on social media or tweet at us at +TV Africa. Until then, a big thank you goes to my co-anchors in the studio, Ife Oshonkeye and Ife Omai, and the entire production team. I'm Elsie Godwin saying thanks for watching and have yourself a good morning.